check them out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, welcome back. The video we're doing today, I did say on a previous video that I made that I was going to do a review on my Maverick MT with the 45cc implant. So pretty much what this video is about today, talking about that, some things that have turned up or coming, and a bit of RC stuff. I had a guy message me after one of my videos saying there's some couple of things that he liked to see or bloody talk about and stuff, so we'll get to that a bit later. But here we are now. I've had this thing going, what is it now? So probably 3 months nearly. And one thing I'm going to say off the bat, a couple of little things that I actually went through in the build video that I did, I ended up changing things around a bit. Like for example, I went back to the original Maverick air filter. I did say in that video that I was going to use the Baja style filter, but it wasn't going to work with the Maverick cage. It's got a bar that runs across the front here. It doesn't fit because of the Baja filter is a bit longer in the front end. And the other thing you probably noticed too is I've taken the wraparound pipe off and I've gone with the rear dominator. Seems to fit a lot better, to the point where when the body goes on, it's out the way, it's not going to hit. The wraparound dominator since has gone back onto my Baja. As if you subscribed, been watching, you probably would have seen this thing scooting around with the pipe on. So I decided to go that way. So I've had the extension piece come out the back and the rear dominator pipe on the arse end. In doing that, what I had to do was remove the rear bumper, which is the same as this one on the front here, to make that all work. No big deal. In running this thing too, like it's been a freaking beast, pardon my French. But the first couple of tanks that I ran, I was going over a lot of things, and which a lot of us know, and a lot of new guys that are coming in need to know that check all your bolts and screws and everything else, and if need be, you need to Loctite them. Now, some of the things you won't need to Loctite semi-permanent, because if you're using say the blue Loctite, which is the main one I usually use on my stuff. There's a red one, but the red one's a bit more of a permanent sort of fixture. So Loctite all your screws, guys, because I've had screws and stuff come loose on this thing, and possibly because of the 45cc. Maybe not. Maybe it's just I mean, I did have screws come loose before with the original 32 in here, but pardon me. This thing is a beast. Now I'm going to put some videos up. There's a young fellow that comes for a play in our group, and he has the same machine, but he's still running the stock 32 that comes straight out the box. And the only mod he's done to it is he's put a little pigtail pipe on it, and it has perked that up. In my last video, you would have seen the last video or the video before. Anyway, the MT, he's been running it. It's been going pretty well, pretty quick actually. So we have had a bit of a play together in the past. There was a video there that I posted a little while back where we played in the park and we lined all the Mavericks together. My daughter's stadium truck, one of the guys, like I said, the young bloke that's got the MT like this, stock 32. His dad also has the XB buggy. So we had all the Mavericks together, and in one of the videos, this thing didn't have a body on. If you go back and check them out, you'll see it sitting there, and it just accelerates away from all of them in one hit, straight off the line. Performance is unbelievable. And I also did have a bit of a drama with the pull start. Now I've seen and heard a couple of guys on YouTube that was running these that have had a little drama with the pull start. The little plastic ratchet thing inside, it's got a spring that locates into it. It popped out of mine. Then when I went to try and fix it, the whole spring just flew to bits, and my God, it was a nightmare to get back together. But I got it there. So, but and so far so good. It's still working okay. Now, the build video that I did also, you may notice another difference is on the front here. I did have where that pipe went around, and I had a brace going down here, and this side piece was cut out. Now, what I noticed is, it wasn't too bad, but because this piece was removed so the pull start fits, there's a tiny little bit of flex in the chassis plate. So, as you can see, I've actually put a brace across there, just to give it that bit more strength. It may be not needed, but I just didn't want something else to go wrong out in the paddock when you're playing around. So, if anybody else was to do the same conversion, I'd suggest put a brace across there too, because you will have to cut a piece of your chassis out because of the lip folds up the side, so as the motor fits because the pull start sticks out. So when you do that, my advice would be to do this, put a brace across here, just to stop any more flex in the chassis that you don't really need. So, but you know, this thing is, like I said before, I'm impressed. It goes quite well, climbs like you wouldn't believe. It was already a good truck originally, and this motor, night and day difference. Like, straight out of the box, good machine, a little bit underpowered. This 45, it wakes this machine up something chronic, and it really hauls ass, for a monster truck anyway. The other thing, like now, I did say in previous videos that I didn't have a body, but guess what? The body's turned up. Here she is, brand new. I haven't opened it yet, so we'll rip this out of the bag and chuck her on there so we can have a bit of a look. Now, it is quite a big body, and there we go. There she is. Now, looking at this is the exact body that came with my truck, and I'm going to say I'm quite impressed again by its looks and everything else. I guess the other thing I've noticed too, when you buy them in the kit, I don't know about now, but when I bought mine this a little while ago, it had a cutout here. Sorry, where that yellow is was nearly the yellow was cut out, because the original can muffler and the little pipe sticking out there sort of poke out through here. But that's something I think is sort of different now, which doesn't matter because the pipe on mine here is on the back. So let's sit this bad boy on here. So it's been a while since I've had a body on this bad boy. I'm going to try and line the holes up. Anyway, so there we go. Body on. Now, it looks like a beast again. I was going to buy, you could get the clear version that's not painted, the unpainted version. But at the end of the day, I didn't mind the look. The Maverick colour scheme, I quite like it actually, personally. Stands out when you're out driving it. So now that that's on, the rear pipe is around the back here. It's out of the way, doesn't hinder the body at all, and the pipe sticks out. The pipe comes, it'll come out the side out here, which is all good. Hence, if I had been running this wraparound dominator, it rubs. Original when I had this on this truck originally in some other videos, you used to see it used to rub here inside, and same on the side of the truck, which sort of melted the body a little bit. But back then I wasn't too worried because the body was pretty much shagged anyway. So, well, there we go. So now she's back there again. Actually, let's pull this plastic off. It looks better without the plastic on. Like I said before, I quite like this body. Now that looks Mickey Mouse. Look how shiny. The truck almost looks brand new again. So we're ready to bash. Now, as I said earlier, there's a couple other things that I wanted to cover while we're here. Now, I had a guy suggest something. He's not quite up to speed with a lot of the engine sort of stuff and the maintenance. Not so much maintenance. Well, it sort of kind of goes hand in hand, really. But he did mention something about engine storage. And I apologise to this guy because I didn't get back to him straight away. And I thought, for that reason, I thought, well, I'll do a video and I'll put it in the video. So, engine storage. Now, here in Australia, like, we don't really have, the only time we can't really run our machines is when it's, pissing down rain, pardon my French. So, we don't have ice in this part of Australia where we are. So, we're using the things all the time. So, there's never really a lot of worrying about engine storage, except for got some, if you've got a spare engine laying around, whatever. I mean, I got a couple. I got a couple of spares laying around. But what I thought I would cover, since he's asked and he sounds like a keen radio controlled addict like the rest of us. Now, the only things that I would do, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't generally do a lot of engine storage because, like I said, here in Australia, we're using our machines most of the year round. So, but the only thing that I can suggest to you, mate, is at the end of the day, close your carb. If you've got a choke, close the choke off. You can put a bag over that if you want, zip tie it on or whatever. Pull your plug out. Put a bit of, now I know there's a lot of things on YouTube. There's a few guys that use this 3-in-1 oil. It's in a tiny little bottle with a little needle tip on it. Squirt a few drops in there, or even some of you guys have probably had nitro machines and lots of stuff, or even just go and buy some after run oil, stuff like that. Squirt a few drops in, pull your plug out, like I said, and just circulate the thing through by pulling the pull start over, just get that swing around. Or you can just use a little bit of your 2-stroke oil that you mix for your fuel. And just put not too much, put a bit in there, and just rotate your piston up and down. And the other thing I can suggest is if the motor's out of the car or whatever, get some tape or something and put across your exhaust port, because that'll prevent any kind of, like here in Australia, we get hornets. I mean, you guys probably have hornets in the States too, but the bloody things like to build their nest in any kind of little bloody orifices and stuff like that. So you end up with mud and dirt in your bloody port. So that's something what I would do. If it's out of the car, put some tape or something across your exhaust port. Like I said before, if you have a choke, close it and put a bag over there if you want, or whatever, cable tie it, just to keep it closed. And like I said, after you put that little bit of oil in your cylinder, just screw the plug back in. You don't have to do it, just screw it back in and then put it away. That's what you need to do with it, pretty much. Or you can put it in a bag if you like. But like I say, that's the sort of things that I can sort of put out there for you to have an idea on engine storage. Other than that, now, sorry mate, I've forgotten your name, but he did also ask about engine breakdowns and lots of stuff. Now, I probably am going to do a video in the near future with my Baja, my 5SC Baja, because I want to replace the bearings on my crank in my 30.5. So I'll do a video on that, because it's basically breaking your motor down anyway, pulling your cylinder off, separating your bloody crankcase halves to get to your bearings. So it's just, I thought, well, I'll put that part into a different video, and I'll give you a rundown when I go through it. The other thing is we've got, I've got some other stuff still coming now. It should have been here already, but I've ordered another different pipe for my 5T. It is also a pigtail pipe, but slightly different to the one that's on his truck, on the truck now. It's like a Thor pipe, so it's a pigtail that comes around straight down into a can with 2 outlets. Now that's fine, it's not too bad, but for my liking, I like a bit more flow. So the one that I've got coming, it's a pigtail, same type of thing, where it comes out of your exhaust port, curls around, and then into your expansion chamber, and then out. I had one of those on a King Motor Baja that I had, a few years ago, and it seemed to go quite fine. So I'm keen to see how it would roll on the 5T. So that's something else that I'm still waiting on. Sorry guys, I've wrote some notes here to sort of prompt me with what we've got going on. Now with my 5T, that will get torn down pretty soon, because I have a cage set up to go onto it, and I'll do a bit of a video. Like I say, I'll probably do that when I pull the motor out and rip the bearings out of that. I'll run through the whole thing. So I think there's some wheel bearings I may need to replace as well, and I'll go right through all that. What else were we going to talk about? Just a few things. Like, I mean, I've actually, in the last couple of months, I've actually got some more subscribers, and thanks very much to those guys that have subscribed to my channels. I'm just hope I can keep the video footage coming for you guys to keep you interested, which I plan to do more and more as we go on. But it gets a bit hectic between work and play and everything else. Whereas like last last weekend we went for a play, and the very next, that was on a Sunday, and the Monday early in the morning I had to go away from work for 5 days. So it kind of gets a bit out of hand trying to edit videos and upload them. So I'm going to upload a video today, which probably won't be this one. It'll be the one where we had to play last weekend, which was down. And you know, but I'm telling you this now, but by the time you guys see this, you would have already seen the other one. So I won't go on about that. What else have I got going on here? Not too much, guys. Oh, the one thing I knew there was something else. Just prompted me here. Sorry, guys, my notes. I'm putting my head down, but the video that I put out, I think it was, we called it the end of the year Christmas type video. Now, I'm going to apologise because that video that we did, it posted it off a different device. Now, the video was okay, but the music in the video was like the first couple of songs that I attached to that video was a bit too loud and a bit like sort of breaking up, and it sounded shit really. So I'm thinking about doing is what I might do. I might repost that video because I think I know what went wrong. I think the music level in the sound sort of thing when I did that video was a little bit too high when I edited it, and I think that's why it came out all shitty. So I think what I'll do to combat that is, you know, like that video was from last year, all our good times, basically all of the action footage. So I think what I might do is I'll repost it. I'll just put it under something else this time, and I'll put so that we've got some of our current sort of activities that we've done as well. So just something different, because I did actually go back into YouTube onto my channel. I was checking through some videos and I played that, and I was very disappointed with how the music turned out. It was all, you know what I'm saying. You guys probably already watched it anyway. So apologise for that. I'll repost that video. I might even add a few more bits in, some up-to-date sort of action, and I'll repost that, guys, so you can have it. So, you know, I know the video's still fine. You can still watch the video. I may just turn the volume down, but I'm not real happy with it. So I'm going to redo it and maybe put some new stuff in there, some new action. The only other thing, that's kind of where we're at the moment, guys. I'm going to get this bad boy out on the weekend, give it some playtime. Like I've said, with this 45cc, it's a beast. I'm very, very happy with how it's coming along. And you know, this weekend, because I haven't actually had a good chance to run with the young fella with the stock version of this one, so I might, hopefully we can sort of line the two together, have a run. I mean, with the bodies on there, it's going to be hard to tell the difference, but try and get some video footage. I'm going to do some comparisons with the two, you know, like hopefully I can get some climbing videos of the two, my 45s versus the stock 32. One, two, three. This sort of stuff, build videos or some advice or whatever. I mean, I may not be able to answer all your questions, but feel free to drop a comment for any questions you have or anything else, or maybe it was some other nitpicky things that I went through when I did this one. Like, post some comments there, guys. Ask the questions you like. If I can answer them, I will. Otherwise, I will try and find the answer for you. So, like I said, thanks for watching. Thanks to all the subscribers that are subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it, guys. Stick around because I've got heaps more coming. And like I say, every single time, get your RCs. Beautiful days like we got today, this weekend. Hopefully stay the same. Get outside, have some fun. And I'll tell you one, I'll see you guys in the next one.